Hi, Victor Morganti here from FactEngine. Today we'll be looking at use case diagrams in the Boston conceptual modelling software, coming to you in the July 2022 release of Boston. We've got Boston open in front of us and a model open in the Model Explorer. It's a making of a oncology ontology for radiation therapy. And we've got a few pages in that model. And we'll start with the object role model. So we're talking about cancer, obviously, and where a cancer has a site and has a histopathology and has a stage, has a treatment and a cancer outcome. We know that in Boston we can morph to other object role models, and if we look closer at cancer outcome, we can see that a cancer outcome has a date and has a survival status and has a disease status. Survival status has a value constraint over the value type survival status, where values are restricted to alive, death by side effect, death benign, and death cancer. And we know in Boston that we can morph from a value type to its corresponding state transition diagram where there is one. So we'll go to the state transition diagram for survival status, and we see where survival status starts at alive and then can progress to death by side effect, death benign, and death by cancer, where obviously things end. In our ontology we have people with a first, middle and last name, and where a physician is a type of person and a radiation therapist is a subtype of person and patient is a subtype of person. In the new release of Boston, we can morph to a corresponding use case diagram, so a unified modelling language use case diagram where the process of oncology is briefly described in this use case diagram, where a physician creates an intent for treatment, where the intent is described in a tentative prescription described or outlined. A radiation therapist performs a simulation, and then the radiation therapist and the physician perform contouring, which involves manually tracing a tumour. The radiation therapist performs planning, and then there's a planning review done between the physician and the radiotherapist. A review checklist is done and the treatment started. With use case diagrams you can morph to other use case diagrams. So if we look closer at performing planning, we see that a radiation therapist performs the planning, and that includes calculating the dosage, where a physician may do that, and where treatment is scheduled. Now obviously the patient is involved in scheduling of treatment, so we need our patient to be an actor in our model. If we go to the properties page and click on patient, there's a new option in Boston to say that that particular entity type is a actor. And if we go back to planning and open the model dictionary, we can now see patient in our model dictionary, and we can link patient to the scheduled treatment process. So thank you very much for watching. That's a brief introduction of use case diagrams in the Boston conceptual modelling software. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Victor Morganti from FactEngine. FactEngine provides consulting on knowledge graphs, object role modelling, property graph schemas and relational models. And of course, FactEngine is the author of the world-leading Boston conceptual modelling software. Thanks again. I look forward to speaking with you soon.